Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your master is coming. Because of this, be ready. For the Son of Adam is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Shalom. Hope you're doing very, very well. Welcome back to Crown of Thorns. My name's Brian, if you're new. This is episodes where we take scripture in its context and have a line of thought. It's been requested that we talk about preparation, being ready, right? Kind of begs the question, how do we know that we are ready in these times of uncertainty that we all live in? And there's many different avenues of thought. Many. And I could tangent off on so much. But I think for this episode, I'd love to just let the scriptures speak for themselves, if I may. Let's start our readings off in Matthew, 24, verse 37. And as the days of Noah, so also shall be the coming of the Son of Adam. For as they were in the days before the flood, eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and they did not know until the flood came and took them all away. So also shall be the coming of the Son of Adam. Then two shall be in the field, one is taken, and one is left. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, one is taken, and one is left. Now, one avenue of thought is that one would love to be taken, right? He's coming for you, so why not be taken by him? Well, in the context of these words, we do not want to be taken. Because, as in the days of Noah, the flood came and took them all away. Who was left? Noah and his family. So, food for thought. Watch therefore, for you do not know what hour your master is coming. And know this, that if the master of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have been watching and not allowed his house to be broken into. Because of this, be ready. For the Son of Adam is coming at an hour when you do not expect him. Who then is a trustworthy and wise servant, whom his master set over his household to give them food in season? Blessed is that servant whom his master, having come, shall find him doing so. Truly I say to you that he shall set him over all his possessions. So, if we are in this position of being ready, dare I say there's much reward. Another avenue of being ready is, like a bride. a bride waiting for her husband, the bridegroom, to come and sweep her away. So let's turn to Matthew 25. Then the reign of the heavens shall be compared to 10 maidens who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. Dare I say they were betrothed and just thought they had it all in the bag. Those who were foolish, having taken their lamps, took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their containers with their lamps. Now, while the bridegroom took time, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard. See, the bridegroom is coming. Go out to meet him. Then all those maidens rose up and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish ones said to the wise, Give us your oil, because our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, No, there would not be enough for us and you. Instead, go to the town and buy more oil for yourself. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went with him to the wedding feast, and the door was shut. And later, the other maidens also came, saying, Master, Master, open up for us too. But he answering said, Truly, I say to you that I do not know you. Watch therefore, because you do not know the day nor the hour in which the Son of Adam is coming. Truly, he says he does not know them. Well, he says this elsewhere in his ministry, right? So let's turn back to Matthew 7. At the end of his Sermon on the Mount, he says, verse 21, Not everyone who says to me, Master, Master, shall enter into the reign of heavens, but he who is doing the desire of my Father in the heavens. Many shall say to me in that day, Master, Master, have we not prophesied in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and done mighty works, all in your name? And then I shall declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you workers of lawlessness. It's a very serious accusation, isn't it? A worker of lawlessness. Let's turn to Matthew 25, back to that chapter. And let's go to verse 31. And when the Son of Adam comes in his esteem, and all the set-apart messengers with him, then he shall sit in the throne of his esteem. And all the nations shall be gathered before him, and he shall separate them, one from another, as a shepherd separates his sheep from the goats. Then the sovereign shall say to these on his right hand, Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the reign prepared for you from the foundations of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me, and I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Truly I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of my brothers, you did it to me. He shall then also say to those on his left hand, Go away from me, accursed ones, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his messengers. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in. I was naked, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Truly I say to you, in as far as much as you did not do it to the least of my brethren, you did not do it to me. And these shall go into everlasting punishment, a place reserved for judgment and the second resurrection. This is called the second death. But the righteous shall go into everlasting life. You know, a lot of this can be summed up with the Old Testament, Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 18. You are commanded to love your neighbor as yourself. It means your life. Let's move on. Now, if we turn to chapter 26, we get the glimpse of staying awake, right? To be ready, as said before, a thief coming into your home. Well, if you are aware of such things, you would lock the door, and he would not be able to come in, right? Let's turn to verse 36, chapter 26 of Matthew. Then Yahuwah came with them to a place called Gethsemane, and said to the taught ones, Sit here, while I go over there and pray. And he took with them Kepha and the two sons of Zebedee, and he began to be grieved, deeply distressed. Then he said to them, My being is exceedingly grieved, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. And going forward a little, he fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I desire, but as you desire. And he came to the taught ones and found them asleep, and said to Kepha, So, were you not able to watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray lest you enter into trial. The spirit indeed is eager, but your flesh is weak. Again, he went away a second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it is impossible for this to pass unless I drink it, let your desire be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them, went away again, and prayed a third time, saying the same words. Then he came to his taught ones and said to them, Still sleeping and taking rest? See, the hour has come near, and the Son of Adam is delivered up into the hands of sinners. You see, They were told to stay awake. They were told to not let the pressures of this world, their flesh, give in. What happened? They fell asleep. Let us turn to Marcus, chapter 13, starting in verse 23, and let's get a glimpse of what we are to be prepared for. And you, take heed. See, I have forewarned you of it all. But in those days, after a distress, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars of heaven shall fall. And the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, and then they shall see the Son of Adam coming in the clouds, with much power and esteem. And then he shall send his messengers and assemble his chosen ones from the four winds, from the furthest parts of the earth to the furthest parts of heaven. Folks, we need to break this down. So, let us have a little mini study. There's a lot to be said here, right? There's lots of quotations from lots of prophets. So the first one, the sun shall be darkened, and the moon shall not give its light, and the stars of heaven shall fall. That's Yeshayahu 13:10. Let's turn to that. Isaiah. How? For the day of Yahuwah is near. It comes as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore all hands go limp, every man's heart melts. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows take hold of them. They are in pain as a woman in labor. They are amazed at one another, their faces aflame. See, the day of Yahuwah is coming, fierce with wrath and heat of displeasure, to lay the earth waste and destroy its sinners from it. For the stars of heaven and their constellations do not give off their light. The sun shall be dark at its rising, and the moon not send out its light. And I shall punish the world for its evil, and the wrong for their crookedness, and shall put an end to the arrogance of the proud, and lay low the pride of the ruthless. And our second quotation, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. That's Yeshayahu again, 34:4. And all the hosts of heaven shall rot away, and the heavens shall be rolled up like a scroll, and all their hosts fade like a leaf fading on the vine, and like the fading one of a fig tree. For my sword shall be drenched in the heavens. Look, it comes down on Edom, and all the people of my curse for judgment. All the people of my curse. I'm reminded of a scripture that says, in those days there shall no longer be a Canaanite in my promised land. Interesting stuff, isn't it? Let's move on. Our third quotation, and then there shall be the Son of Adam coming in the clouds. That's Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. I was looking in the night visions and saw one like the son of Enosh coming with the clouds of heavens. And he came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And to him was given rulership and preciousness and a reign. that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His rule is an everlasting rule, which shall not pass away, and his reign that which shall not be destroyed. As for me, Daniel, my spirit was pierced within my body, and the visions of my head alarmed me. I drew near to one of those who stood by, and asked him the certainty of this. And he spoke to me, and made known to me the interpretations of the matters. These great beasts, which are four sovereigns, which rise up from the earth. Then the set-apart ones of the Most High shall receive the rain, and possess the rain forever, even forever and ever. Then I desired for certainty concerning the fourth beast, and the 10 horns that were on its head, and the other horn that came up. This horn spoke great words, whose appearance was greater than his fellows. I was looking, and this horn was fighting against the set-apart ones, and was prevailing against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and right ruling was given to the set-apart ones of the Most High. And time came, and the set-apart ones took possession of the reign. The fourth beast is the fourth reign on the earth, and the 10 horns are the 10 sovereigns from this reign. They shall rise, and another shall rise after them. It humbles 3 sovereigns, and it speaks words against the Most High, and it wears out the set-apart ones of the Most High, and it intends to change appointed times and law, and they are given into its hand for a time, and times, and half a time. Our fourth quotation is, "And then he shall send his messengers, and assemble his chosen ones from the 4 winds, and from the furthest part of the earth to the furthest part of heaven." There's 2 here. Devarim 30, verse 4, and Zechariah chapter 2, verse 6. Then Yahuwah, your Elohim, shall turn back your captivity, and shall have compassion on you, and he shall turn back and gather you from all peoples, where Yahuwah, your Elohim, has scattered you. If any of you are driven out to the furthest parts under the heavens, from there Yahuwah, your Elohim, does gather you, and from there he does take you. And Yahuwah your Elohim shall bring you to the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it. And he shall do good to you and increase you more than your fathers. And Yahuwah your Elohim shall circumcise your heart and the heart of your seed, to love Yahuwah your Elohim with all your heart and with all your being, so that you might live. And Yahuwah your Elohim shall put all these curses on your enemies and all those who hate you, who persecute you. And you shall turn back and obey the voice of Yahuwah, and do all his commands, which I command you today. Oh, and flee from the land of the north, declares Yahuwah. For I have scattered you like the 4 winds of heavens, declares Yahuwah. Oh, Zion, escape, you who dwell with the daughters of Babel. And many nations shall be joined to Yahuwah in that day, and they shall become my people, and I shall dwell in your midst, and you shall know that Yahuwah of hosts has sent me to you. So moving forward with Marcus. But concerning that day and the hour, no one knows, not even the messengers in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch, and pray, for you do not know what time it is. As a man going abroad, having left his house and given authority to his servants, and to each his work, and commanded the doorkeeper to watch. Watch therefore, for you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, or at midnight, or at the crowing of the cock, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he should find you sleeping. And what I say to you, I say to all, watch. So as we can see, there's lots of context to take from, correct? Kind of paints a certain picture. Coming judgment, promises. Let us turn to Lucas and get a little more, just a little more, right? Here a little, there a little. This is chapter 12, verse 35. I'm just going to read a bit. Let your loins be girded and your lamps burning, much like the wise virgins. And be like men waiting for their master when he shall return from the wedding, that when he comes and knocks, they open to him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the master, when he comes, shall find watching, being aware of their surroundings, being aware of the happenings, prophecies being fulfilled, correct? And if he comes in the second watch, or in the third, and find them so, blessed are those servants. Let's move down a bit. Verse 43. Blessed is that servant, whom the messenger shall find so doing when he comes. Truly, I say to you that he shall appoint him over all his possessions. Much reward. He brings his reward with him, right? Much to be aware of. Much to be ready. And that's just one avenue, right? Being aware of the ticking clock and the happenings of this life. We do not know the hour, no. But we can keep track of the seasons. Food for thought on that. Let us look further into the writings. Some honorable mentions, perhaps. 1 Peter 3, 14, 15. But even if you suffer for righteousness' sake, you are blessed. Baruch. And do not fear their threats, neither be troubled. It's also Isaiah 8:12. But set apart Yahuwah in your hearts, and always be ready to give an answer to anyone asking you a reason concerning the expectation that is in you, with meekness and fear. So this is another avenue to be ready, right? Someone notices your watchfulness. Be ready with an answer. Perhaps they would like to be watchful too. This is all a part of it. It really is. Let's move on to 1 Peter 5, 6 through 10. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of Elohim, so that he exalts you in due time, casting all your worries upon him, for he is concerned about you. Be sober, watch, because your adversary the devil walks about like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. Resist him, firm in belief, knowing that the same hardships are experienced by your brotherhood all around the world. You are not alone. You are not alone in your struggles. Know that. And the Elohim of all favor, who called you to his everlasting esteem by Messiah, Yahuwah, after you have suffered a while, himself perfect, establish, strengthen, and settle you. To him be the esteem and the might forever and ever. Amen. Let's turn to 2 Timothy 4. This says 2. It says, proclaim the word and be urgent. But let's keep the context going here. In the sight of Elohim and the Master, Yahuwah, Messiah, I earnestly charge you. Proclaim the word and be urgent. For there shall be a time when they shall not bear sound teachings, doctrines, but according to their own desires, and they shall heap up for themselves teachers, tickling the ears, telling others what they want to hear, not what they should be hearing. Folks, this is a signs of the times, right? We should be watchful, knowing, waiting, staying awake. And they shall indeed turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to myths. But you, be sober in all matters. Accomplish your service completely. Completely. 1 Thessalonians 5:5 says, well, moving on to 10, for you are all sons of light and sons of day. We are not of the night, nor of darkness. So then, we should not sleep like others do, but we should watch and be sober. For those who sleep, sleep in the night, and those who get drunk are drunk at night. This goes far beyond physical intoxication. It goes mental, too. We must be aware, not sleeping, not distracted, always aware. But we who are of the day should be sober, putting on the breastplate of belief and love, and the helmet of expectation of deliverance. Because Elohim did not appoint us to wrath, but to obtain deliverance through our Master, Yahuwah, Messiah, who told us to stay awake, right? Who died for us, so that we, whether awake or asleep, should live together with him. Now, this says, whether you're awake or asleep. Amongst all this talk of staying awake, asleep here means, well, you're at rest. You're in the grave, right? But while you're not in the grave, you are mentally aware. Let's get a few more things here. Let's turn to Revelation 16. And I saw, coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and of the beast, and of the false prophet, 3 unclean spirits. For they are spirits of demons, doing signs, which go out to the sovereigns of the entire world, the leaders, the kings, the people of power and position. Folks, to obtain such a position in this world, you must sign over. You must be a part of the leaders of this world. See, I am coming as a thief. Blessed is he who is staying awake and guarding his garments, girded, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Something I wanted to mention is, if we could turn to Proverbs 13. It's a couple of verses, and also chapter 11, but 13:12. Expectancy, drawn out, makes the heart sick. You see, much of this takes patience, right? And if these things just keep going and going and going, seemingly to no end, you can become sick in the heart. But a longing come true is a tree of life. We must keep faith that this end is near. Let's turn to verse 9. The light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wrong is put out. If we turn back to verse 11. The integrity of the straight ones guides them, but the slipperiness of the treacherous destroys them. We must guard our thoughts, our hearts, and stay in our integrity. What is integrity, right? I mean, truly, biblically speaking, what is integrity? Well, integrity, to live with it, means you are vigilant. Vigilant is living with integrity and purpose, not becoming distracted by this world. This world is filled with distractions. The adversary is keen on this. He knows what can pull the mind away. He's been doing it ever since the garden. How can we fight this? Prayer, for one. Using prayer to remain spiritually awake, right? Prayer is our finest intercessor, our connection with Father's realm. And readiness, keeping ourselves girded, watching the signs of the times, counting down the days. Readiness is being prepared for the unknown. Through our Messiah's words, his parables, and the writings of our brethren, we can remain prepared quite well. Beyond the Proverbs, beyond mindful thoughts, we have our instructions as well. Like I said in the beginning of this episode, there's many schools of thought with being prepared, being ready, being watchful in these days. Let us turn to Ecclesiastes with a final thought. Ecclesiastes 12:13. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter, right? If we are to live with integrity, Torah instructs us how to be right with the Most High. It truly does. And our Messiah, that was his whole message. He did not have words of his own. He only instructed his Father's will. And the conclusion of the entire matter is fear Elohim and guard his commands. For this applies to all mankind. For Elohim shall bring every work into right ruling, every intention, every thought, every deed, including all that is hidden, whether good or whether evil. Let us be prepared. Keep on the watch. And do not fall asleep. Much love. I'll be back shortly.